other YouTubers that have a large audiences are gonna try to do this. So now studios might give him another look, but they also might give another YouTuber another look.
All right. With that down, we're moving on to our next topic. And we're getting into a really sweet success story for the YouTuber Markiplier. So if you did not know, is it Markiplier? That's why it's called Markiplier.
His real name is Mark Fishbach.
Mark Fishbach. How about that? I would not have guessed that. So our guy Mark, he has around, so it's like 38 million subscribers on YouTube, and he decided to fund, direct, create, be the head honcho of his own feature film called Iron Lung, based on a video game, a very small indie video game. It seems like that is about a convict who is tasked with being submerged on a desolate moon in a ocean of blood, and he's tasked with, it's kind of like finding stuff or just navigating an ocean of blood. And it sounds very gloom and doomy, and could be a thriller, could be suspenseful, could be horror. And it seems like the trailer, what we were given, it seems like that's what it is, or that's what it was. And with that, he funded all this. He produced it, self-produced it. He made back way more than he probably thought he would have. And so he put around, I want to say it was like $3 million for the whole thing, and made back 20 million globally in the opening weekend, I think.
Yeah.
Which, that's insane.
Yeah.
And to have that many, man, it's a great success story, because there are stories where people fund their own films and it doesn't work out. Like if you did not know, Francis Ford Coppola, who's the director of Godfathers and many other films, very legendary director. He made a film called Megalopolis, I want to say 2 years ago.
Oh, that was a massive flop. He
It
self-funded
was a
that, right?
massive, yes. He sold his vineyard, and among, I think, other things, to fund that. It was
Wow.
super expensive, and there was an article that came out where he ended up losing. Did he like lose an island? he like lost. I'm pretty sure he lost island. Something like that. Or no, he had to sell his island, I think. So he was, yeah, I mean, it unfortunately didn't work out for him. And I want to say he was going into debt, and it just wasn't a good story, because the film flopped. And like, you put your effort into something, like you fully believe in something. And I love that in any drive that someone has to do that, like Mark here and like Francis. But in both scenarios, you get different outcomes, and it all just comes down to the movie. I mean, with Markiplier, he clearly made a really good film that people connected with. And unfortunately, in Francis's case, it did not connect with people, and it's unfortunate. But with a success story like this, it's inspiring for a lot of people. But again, you have to remember, like, you still have to make a good movie. You have to, well, not only that, but you have to, like, Markiplier has his audience, 38 million subscribers, so he's able to market it at least relatively well to get a good amount of views for it. So he has that audience that he can go to. But among that, he did a great job with this. I know he was talking to studios about it, seeing if they could distribute it for him, and other movie executives just kind of turned him down. And he just, they weren't giving the project the respect that it deserved for him. And he's just like, all right, guys, well, I'm just gonna do this on my own. And it totally worked out. David, curious, what do you think about this story? I know it's inspiring. It's just a great thing to happen for a creator like himself, and for movie theaters to make money. What say you about this?
Yeah, I mean, this is revolutionary. I feel like in the movie industry for sure. He made the movie himself. He directed it. He produced it. He starred in it, and he distributed it himself. Like that is insane. Now, again, like we talk about, like the we were talking about earlier, the 10-year overnight success story, right? Like
Mhm.
he's been in the content game for a long time. It has a massive audience of dedicated people that watch all of his stuff, like me. I am someone who watches Markiplier and been watching him for a long time. He made the movie, I think, a few years ago. Everything was done a few years ago, but it just took a while to kind of distribute it and get kind of the.
Oh yeah, I bet.
He picked a good weekend to do it. He picked a good one. not a lot of like massive bangers going on. You know, it's making waves. And you'd have to think, okay, other YouTubers that have a large audiences are gonna try to do this. They're gonna try. He paved the groundwork for it and it worked. He has that success. So now studios might give him another look, but they also might give another YouTuber another look. First guy that comes to mind is Mr. Beast. I could see him doing something like this simply because the profitability of a movie, you put in a lot of work, but it's all upfront. So, like in theory, you know, you might put in a year of work, but you might earn a movie like Michael earns 1 billion. Okay, that's gonna profit $500 million more than that. That's a lot of money that you make in just 1 year. So I could see someone like him simply for the economics of it because he's very economical in how he approaches things. We're gonna see other YouTubers attempt to make movies, and it's I think it's really cool. And maybe you'll get backing from a distributor to distribute the movies as well. Now that we have seen the success, it was profitable, it made money. It's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting because in one of the articles talking about Markiplier, and he was saying, all his thanks about just the support he got, and he mentioned that there's still a stigma against YouTube and YouTube creators. I guess I can understand, but I think the more success stories we see, when we see YouTubers create these worthwhile stories that people connect with and that make money, they're gonna say, "Okay, we understand, we see you." It's cool. There were some other success stories like the directors of Talk to Me and Bring Her Back, the Filippo brothers. They're
Yes,
YouTubers, and
they were YouTubers.
yeah, and they're on a tear. I can't wait for their next project because Talk to Me
Me
and Bring
too.
Her Back were fan freaking tastic.
They
Oh,
were
well,
really good.
Talk to Me. I think that's next.
I
Yeah,
also gotta see the
would you?
movie.
I know. I meant to see it. I still want to see it, but there's a lot of things coming out right now. I saw this movie opened up against Send Help, which is what last week, and which I saw Send Help yesterday. Oh yeah, great film by Sam Raimi. If you think Sam Raimi, uh, and just his over stylized moments of horror, of gore, of comedy, it hits. It satisfies in many ways. And Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien crush it in the film. It's great. It made so I think yeah, Send Help made like in opening weekend. So Send Help and Iron Lung. Send Help made, I think the separation was like 2 million between Iron Lung and Send Help. So you have, a very credited director with two decently big stars. One I consider a really big star with Rachel McAdams, and then you have a YouTuber who just did it all himself, and boom, the separation is like 2 million. That's pretty crazy. So they both opened really close. So that was just really cool to see. But again, a great story from Markiplier. Hopefully, inspires most YouTubers just to pursue what you want to do. And we also forgot to mention Chris Stuckman, who self funded his own. I'm not sure if he self funded it, but it was a passion project for him to divert from movie reviewing and doing an actual feature film, and he did it.
Oh, that's
Whether
right.
I know we talked about it on the show
We did.
a few months back, and back then we were just singing his praise. Like he at least he tried. I know review wise it wasn't received extremely well. I want to say Rotten Tomatoes was kind of split. So regardless, like he did it, and that's kind of all it takes to really try your passion. You just got to do it, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't, try again next time, and hopefully something good happens. But let us know your thoughts, guys. What do you think about this story with Markiplier? Have you seen Iron Lung? I know we want to see it soon, so curious to hear your thoughts.